My name is Thomas Eberhard, and I'm happy to present my case today. It's dealing with the digital innovation and transformation with the help of Azure, Microsoft Azure Machine Learning in the area and industry of urban public transport. So my CIO office asked me to undertake an analysis if and how the platform Microsoft Azure may help us to improve efficiency and may help us to improve the comfort in the area of urban public transport by the city of Munich. So I will take you on a journey, and I pick a framework from leading practice to go along and to shimmy along because this is a 4-phase framework which consists of the phases understand, innovate, transformation, and continuous improvement. And of course, we start at the very beginning, and bear in mind, there's always change management with us. First phase. In the first phase, we want to get an overview where we come from. And of course, we want to get a complete picture. So we will define the starting point of us and to understand all our stakeholders. This is what we have. There are some strategic objectives. And we want to understand the technology and bear in mind we are talking or considering to implement a platform, which is a kind of strategy. Besides some concerns of monopolies, people like to go for platforms like Microsoft Azure. It helps us, it enforces us, and the greater the number of users, the more attractive could be a platform. Digital transformation platforms are today mainly found in the area of business to customer, as we have this. This is our case in the urban public transport area. So let's go for the need to change, and I want to give you some insight. What is the vision for a better state than today? First of all, Munich is a very, very large city. It's growing rapidly, and it needs a modern control system. This control system is very expensive. It exceeds very fast the financial capacity of the city, even with Munich, which is rich. And also, you have lacks of knowing about how to implement these kinds of platforms. But a modern and attractive location like Munich needs a lot of investments, and we want to make people to move to Munich to get more economic settlements, and therefore we need an attractive public transport system. There's even a law which enforces us to do this. It is called Regularization Act. And we have found out that cities which are more based on car models, they have twice expensive economic terms. So it's far more expensive to live there and to commute there if we have comfortable transportation system. What is a good transportation system? This has a short waiting time and little transfer times, so it's easy to come from point A to point B. Let's go over to the next, and we go over to the second phase of the lead framework. Yeah, and I will show you the case I have designed to go to a better world. The case number one is I suggest to have an IT-supported timetable creation. So today, mankind, so people within the public transport organization, are designing a timetable, which is a large network of buses, trains, and trams, some large databases, and they have a lot of information there. They have travel patterns, they have occupancy rates, because in the morning traffic is far more than during the day. And of course, they want to omit exhaust emissions as far as possible. And of course, they want to provide you the shortest time spent in the tram to go to work, for example. If this fits, there are a lot of benefits for the customers who are paying for that. So it's inexpensive, it's reliable, and of course it's customer oriented. And of course we save pollution. And the audience who is benefiting from this would be the customers who are using the transport system. The second case is the analysis, where the system recommends you information, but relevant information. According to your role in the company, the system knows your role in the company. The system seeks for relevant information, like concepts from other cities, like deviation analysis, like customer complaints, to optimize the existing system. And I think you have even more information than you could ever eat. So therefore, you need a system which recommends the correct and accurate information you should read in order to optimize the public transport system. There, the audience are the employees of the public transport supplier. It's not the customer, but the customer benefits from the optimization. Let's move to the next page. The suggested changes I suggest here, I would categorize as significant changes, and I see a substantial innovation here. This means it's in the chart, the middle part. There are substantial changes in habits, in tools, in processes, and they should come up to half of, even more than half of it, from the comparison between the as-is situation and the to-be situation, which applies for case number 1, the timetable creation, and as well for the recommendation system. I also see a significant change and a substantial innovation here. Let's go to the subphase of phase or project phase number 2, develop. Here I compare the as-is situation with the to-be situation, and the technology will take over a lot of tasks what the employees have done in today's life. So the employees will have more time to decide, they will have more time to pay attention on customer communication, and they just need to look for the suggestions of the system and then optimize and faster optimize these systems to the benefit for the customers. Next one. This slide shows what we already have on what we need to have and what we need to add in the future. To sum it up, there is an as-is blueprint, there is a to-be blueprint, and if you sum it up, this technology exists, this technology is available, and it would do the work we expect from it. So I will just come through. So we can have a recommendation system, and we could benefit from Azure Machine Learning, and we can aim our targets here. Next one, using this technology, it has a positive effect on our business. This shows the slides. So we want to analyze this, how the technique supports the implementation. and want to see the effects on the business in advance. I turn over to the third phase, the transformation phase. And let's check here. The transformation phase shows the apply of the transformation heat map. And there's a link between the existing model and the two domains. One domain is called innovation domain. It consists of 3 Unix domains and 3 transformation domains. And we want to enforce change here. And we want to have a foresight of what of these 3 or 6 models are changing a lot or a bit, and which of these domains are affected by the change, either technical or business change. And if this change will be beneficial for the customers or for the company. So you can see case number 1 and case number 2. And here you have, on the one hand, the cost model, the performance model, and the operating model. And above, you have the revenue model, the value model, and the service model. All of these models are affected by the technical change, I suggest. And it is a significant change here. And therefore, this may benefit a lot to the customer and to the company we take it for. Looking at the product definition, this analysis also brings you to the insight that there are strong improvements for the customer and for the company. So there are many changes in all domains. I've added here, let's go to the next page. I've added here some of the product innovation canvas. This is the full view of it. And you can see here that we are able to provide shorter transportation times, for example, and we can lower transportation cost for the customers. And there's a good chance to go for more environmental and friendliness habits for the people. So the system will be more attractive to the customer. Therefore, they have more revenues, and they will have a better traffic situation in the city. And therefore, the city is more competitive, and people like to live there. It's got a good reputation. To sum it up, I've done the first 3 phases of the framework. The case is going to do it. Applying these modern IT technologies, a platform, will help the staff and customer to improve the right services. It will be better in several means, but we have to keep in mind that change management needs to be done very seriously. More than 90% of the employees are not willing, are not motivated to change from themselves. So they need to be convinced, and they need to be guided that these changes are coming to a good end and to a successful project end. Yeah, so I think we should do that. And of course, the next steps will be to go for more technology analysis. And we need to involve architects, and we need to involve project managers, which are dealing more with change management. Okay, thank you for your attention.